Just 24 hours ago, this country stood on the brink of cataclysm. After weeks of slow escalation and without a single vote from the Congress, the United States came within minutes of war with Iran. In response to the destruction of an unmanned drone, American forces nearly launched an airstrike on Iranian targets. According to some reports, our planes were literally in the air. But in the end, it didn't happen. The president pulled back. This morning, he explained why.
They came and they said, sir, we're ready to go. We'd like a decision. I said, I want to know something before you go. How many people will be killed? In this case, Iranians. I said, how many people are going to be killed? Sir, I'd like to get back to you on that. Great people, these generals. They said, came back, said, sir, approximately 150. And I thought about it for a second. I said, you know what? They shot down an unmanned drone, plane, whatever you want to call it. And here we are sitting with 150 dead people that would have taken place probably within a half an hour after I said go ahead. Yeah. And I didn't like it. I didn't think it was proportionate.
How many people will be killed? The most basic of all questions, but a question that's too rarely asked by leaders contemplating war. 150 people wiped off the planet in retaliation for a broken drone. Every one of them, the president reminded his staff last night, someone with a family. The whole thing, in the end, offended his sense of decency. He said
this was a Merry Christmas from Vladimir Putin. The Russian military says it launched a long-range, nuclear-capable hypersonic missile which hit its target 4,000 miles away near the border with Kazakhstan. Now, hypersonic missiles can travel 20 times the speed of sound, making them a challenge for any U.S. missile defense systems. And as you mentioned, Russian President Vladimir Putin witnessed the launch firsthand. He called the test an excellent New Year's gift to his nation.
The new avant-garde missile system is invincible for today's and future air defense systems and missile defense systems. This is a big success and a big victory.
Putin says he will deploy this type of missile next year, but he wasn't the only one watching today. U.S. officials tell me American spy satellites orbiting the Earth also witnessed the launch. Dana?
And what are they saying at the Pentagon?
Dana, they say that the U.S. military does very similar tests. About 4 times a year, the U.S. Air Force launches intercontinental ballistic missiles from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California, which travel 4,000 miles into the South Pacific. Now, the officials here say these hypersonics are nothing to worry about because the U.S. military has its own hypersonics it's working on, and it tests them, and they are coming. The same officials say, why would the Russians or anybody like the Chinese launch a missile at the United States when the U.S. military has its own nuclear arsenal, like these Ohio-class ballistic missile submarines, which carry 24 Trident D5 ballistic missile. Each of these missiles have multiple independent warheads. A number of these boomers are underwater at all times, capable of launching nuclear missiles at hundreds of cities around the world. The U.S. also has 400 nuclear missiles in the ground.